Win. This is yet another game. The Ravens had lost double-digit leads in all of their previous losses. This one was just 9, but it is another game in which they had a multiple score lead and they blow the opportunity. RC, people are going to talk about Lamar Jackson. What should they be saying today?
Man, I don't care. You talk about Lamar Jackson, you are dead wrong. And that's why the guy on Twitter found out that Lamar Jackson is from Miami. And he summoned up his ancestors, Trick Daddy and Trina, and said, "You don't know Nan." And then he answered him. Lamar Jackson did exactly what you need to do. If we are down a point and you give me the football, I drive down and score, then my defense has to stop you. Himbo just texted me, and Himbo said, The Baltimore Ravens defense has played the worst combined game in the history of the NFL in their 4 losses. In their 4 losses, in the fourth quarter alone, the Baltimore Ravens defense have given up 539 yards and 63 points, y'all. Could you imagine if any team walked out and for 4 quarters straight, they gave up 63 points? That's what the Baltimore Ravens are doing. And yes, it is Trevor Lawrence crowning achievement. It is his big-time NFL moment. But that loss is on the defense. You got to make a stop. You got to poke a ball out. You got to make a tackle. You got to get them short of the down the game. You got to make a play on a 2-point conversion. This is on the Baltimore Ravens defense. Lamar Jackson has put this team in a position to win. If you tell me right now, anytime in life when I'm playing for Pittsburgh that, hey, you know what? We're going to give you a 7-point lead. The game's going to be close to the end, and we're going to put the football in the hands of a second-year quarterback. I'm going to say, you know what? Send Ben home. Send home Jerome Bettis. Send home Fast Willie Parker. You could take Mike T home, too. Leave the 11 dudes on the field, and Coach LeBeau out here. We'll see y'all in the locker room after the shower. That's on the Ravens defense.
Because you had a great defense, and obviously this Baltimore defense is anything but. And I should have explained when RC was talking about the Twitter exchange. Lamar Jackson did respond to a tweet yesterday. Someone tweeted something nasty at him about the contract, and Lamar tweeted back, and there's literally not one word of it that we can show you on television. He did subsequently delete that post. So that's what RC is referring to for those who don't know. Neat.
You're right about the defense. However, if Lamar and Andrew and Trick Daddy and Trina, the rest of that offense is the rest of slip and slide because they don't have no talent nowhere else. Nobody can get open. As soon as Rashad Bateman went down, they were done. So Rashad Bateman, they've been looking for a #1 receiver in Baltimore for a long time to help out Lamar and to be able to attack the deep portions of the field. And also, the things that teams were having success with against Lamar was blitzing. The way that you get teams to stop blitzing is not to protect the blitz, it's to make them pay.
Right.
It's to make them pay. And you make them pay by having a receiver that you can't leave in man coverage. They don't got that guy. Deshaun Jackson is Deshaun Jackson.
Sure, he's
incredible,
36 years old.
but if he's the guy who's your big play threat, that's a problem. So not to disagree with RC, he's absolutely right. You get the ball, your defense should be able to get a stop. They haven't been able to do it at all year. But this offense also needs some help. They need somebody to be able to beat man coverage.
I agree. They miss Rashad Bateman. Here's my thing. Baltimore's a great team that doesn't play great when they need to do it the most. And then offensively, you look at yesterday and you go, early downs, the lack of willingness by Lamar to take the simple, easy, basic completions, that's what hurt this football team yesterday. 1st and 10. No one's open, okay? The check down is going to be wide open. But Lamar, runs around. And I know, this is we don't have a receiver, and he goes and gets 8 yards, and we love it, and he's like, oh, that's a good play. Not really, because eventually it's going to hurt you. 2nd and 8, they call play action shot again. The back is going to be completely wide open. Guys, look where he throws this ball. Nick, come on. There's 5 Jags in the frame and only 1 Baltimore Raven. There's a difference between, are you being aggressive or overly aggressive? Lamar on 1st and 2nd down averaged throwing the ball downfield 11 yards yesterday, 12 incompletions. So we talk about it with Josh Allen. We talked about it with Patrick Mahomes. They're great quarterbacks. On those early downs, when defenses are telling you, you're not throwing the ball downfield, you got to fight that, I got to go make that play and take some of those simple throws.
And on the flip side, maybe, and we'll talk more about it a little later, maybe yesterday was the day Trevor Lawrence joins the conversation.
Oh, no question.
Of the really good young quarterbacks in the NFL. A conversation that, of course, includes Joe Burrow. How about him? Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.